Shannon, apart from the fact it was crazy finish that you could only dream of, talk to me about the game as a whole. Still a 3-point victory against a very tough Southside team.
Yeah, they are tough. And we knew coming in it was going to be a hard game. They obviously had a loss in Sydney the other day, and we knew they were going to be focusing on their defense and being more aggressive and all of those things. So we certainly knew it would be tough. And I think to our credit, we got off to a pretty decent start. Once we got through the first 2 minutes or so. But I thought we executed really well on offense in the first half and got some really good shots. And then, I think just at stages, probably for us, just we're young and learning and that sort of thing, is understanding that after halftime they're going to do something different. They went to they showed zone, played man, twisted in and out of that sort of thing. And for us, we really need to learn to just continue playing the same way, whether it's man zone, we want to play with pace, we want to move the ball, and I think probably, I think a bit of fatigue kicked in for us as well in the second half, and we probably slowed right down and didn't play with the same speed that we wanted to, and then just got trapped in that middle section of the floor with pick and roll non-stop. So, it's definitely something for us to look at and address for next time. But all in all, very proud of my team. I think we've been, we're continuing to improve, and we really signed a young team this year to try and develop some players like Alex here, who I think is doing a tremendous job. And, I'm seeing it every day at practice and game in, game out. We've got some of these young, these young players stepping up and playing really big for us. Abby obviously hit a game-winning shot today. I thought Alex was tremendous in the first half, and has been playing unbelievable defence, for us. And, and we're getting contributions all over the court. Naya came in and gave us great minutes and played defence. So, really happy to get out of here with a 3-point win.
Alex, how does that make you feel hearing those words from your coach? Obviously, it's a very blended, talented team that you've got, but to be singled out and praised like that with a decent stat line, 14 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, all-round performance, how does that make you feel in a win like today?
Yeah, it's really good to hear that from your head coach, obviously, but I think that's a team effort. It's all of us doing the 1% of things, and I think that's something we focus on as a team, our values and stuff. We always harp back on that and look at that, and I think there's a lot we can work on and improve on, but I think we always go in with aggression and assertiveness and try and do the 1%ers, and I think as a group we're doing that in each game. We continue to build on that, and so it's cool to see that.
Would you say that 1% is almost a difference maker in a way, if you think about a game like today, as close as it was, those 1%ers are your saving grace?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's for every team what you should be striving for. Those are the difference makers in late clock situations like this game today. There was one point where I think Froles and Abby dove on the ball with Rochi or something, those kind of things. We need to be doing that to get possession. Those possessions could cost us the game at the end. So, yeah.
Now, you mentioned, Shannon, before about you've got a pretty young team and you've got probably one of the best 2 or 3 college players that came out of college into your team. Was that something that you were recruiting going into the season, and are you happy with how they're going in this Townsville system?
Yeah, definitely. So, 4 or 5 years, I think it's 5 years ago now, when I first started at Townsville, we started this same way. We signed Steph Reed, Lara McSpadden, we had Zatina, Courtney Woods was one of those players. And the goal was obviously to build a nucleus of players that we felt can put us in a position to win a championship down the line. And I think the first year was the hub year. We made the grand final, which was a bit not unexpected, but it was a nice surprise. And then from there, we sort of had varying opportunities to give these players minutes and expose them to the WNBL and develop them, and that obviously culminated in winning a championship here a couple seasons ago, and then last year we were knocked out in the semi-finals, and just through I think just naturally things just progressed, and Steph and Zatina were offered contracts in Europe. Alice obviously went to Southside, and Sammy she wanted to be with her family and they wanted to be closer to home, which is Perth. So she ended up in Bendigo with Tolo and Griffin and some of her friends, and and we felt it was a really good opportunity to kind of start that process over again. And Alex was obviously a big a big name that we wanted to be able to try and get. Abby Ellis was another one that I really liked through her time in college, and then Lucy is another one of those. And then obviously Nia Locke has come into our group as well, and I think she's really given us something that we probably didn't have on the roster, which is just someone that's going to be super intense on defense and a bit of a spark plug where they can come in and hit 1 or 2 threes and, just help you out in certain games. So, it's been really good, and I think the other progression too is the elevation of Courtney Woods to a full-time starter. And, I think she didn't shoot probably as well tonight as what she's capable, but she's been huge for us. She's our leader. She's the one that generates a lot of our offense and makes plays out of ball screens for us, and has really grown her game over the last 2 years. So it's been a lot of fun, to be honest with you. I needed this as well, like a bit of a refresh, new group of players every day. I'm coming into practice and it's fun, and really look forward to seeing these guys every day. And I'm really proud of them. Like, I'm loving to see the progression of all of them and how they're going. And like Abby steps up tonight and hits the game winner. And bails us out, and we just get all these contributions from all these players, and it's just been a lot of fun.
Alex, for you being back in Townsville, how's it been like transitioning from college to Townsville, and especially the fans that you have up there in the far north?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to be playing back at home in front of your family and friends, but I think what the Fire have is like very different to other clubs, and it might sound biased, but the support and the fans we have there are like unbelievable. We have an amazing fan group. You can hear them the whole game, the whole time. I think post-game we have signings. We have all these kids coming through lined up. Like, it's really cool to see the outreach in the community that we have, and like how much they support all of us. And yeah, just the transition from college to Caps to here, I think, it's been different everywhere I've gone, and I think it's been a really great experience for me. And I think just adapting from going to Caps, and like it was a very different structure and a very different system, to coming here, and like this is more my style of play, is like playing off how Shannon's system works, and I think it's really worked out for me, and I'm learning so much. Like, I've been put in this position as well, like recently being a 3, I've never done that in my life, but it's cool to be able to like, the coaches have trusted me and the team has trusted me that I can be put in this situation, I can learn from it and just continue to improve my game. So yeah.
Now, just one more. Any of you can answer this. Obviously, you've got the Flyers again, this time up there in Townsville next Saturday. How are you going to approach that game and the learnings that you got out of this game today?
Look, I think the first thing is get some rest. We've sort of had a bit of a hectic schedule again, and I think the girls have done a great job. We've been playing a little bit undermanned as well, so the players are playing a lot heavier minutes than they probably would normally be. So I think that's the first thing. And we know the Flyers, they're a great team. They're going to be desperate coming back up to try and beat us. So we're going to have to improve. We're going to have to learn a lot from that second half, and make sure we try and put 4 quarters together this time instead of 2.5 or whatever it was, and grinding out a win. So they're a great team. Naz Hillman killed us tonight as well. So obviously we need to be prepared to deal with that. I think it's good for our team to see her. She's one of the best bigs in the league, and an elite rebounder, and does all those things that carry their team. So no doubt it's going to be another tough game, and hopefully we can get another good result.
Congratulations on the win. Get some rest, and we'll see you in Townsville.
Yeah.
in a week's time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.